Good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning into News in Motion. We are at the start of the week. It is Monday, Garfield's favorite day. It is Monday, February 27th, 2023. As you're grabbing your coffee, sending the kiddos off to school, preparing to go into the workplace. Maybe you're in the grocery store. Maybe you're going for a light jog this early morning. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know where you're tuning in from, whether it's through Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, audio, podcast. Um, we just want to say thank you again for joining us. If you're catching the replay, good afternoon, good evening to you as well. With that being said, let's get this news in motion.
News in motion.
What's up, everyone? It is Monday, y'all. It is Monday, and it is time for News in Motion. I see y'all rolling up in here. Good morning to you, Deborah Johnson, Shardinia, Marion, Deborah Sneed, Jeffrey Allen James, Shirley Nicholson. Good morning to you, Lori Wallace. Good morning, Robert Holman. Good morning, Adrian Jones. Good morning, Fred Jones. Good morning to all of you who are tuning in by audio and podcast. I see you, Kim Edmondson, popping up in here. Good morning to you as well. Y'all, I have to just pause just for a moment and thank Isaiah. Isaiah is rocking it out. I'm so excited that his first presentation is in the e-news that's coming out this morning, right around 8 a.m. If you have not already subscribed, it is free. Go to gaildudley.com on the homepage. It says subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe. You can get it in there before 8 a.m. You can have it. If you missed that time, you really got into about 7:45 to sign up if you have not already signed up for our e-newsletter. If you missed that time, you have to wait till next week. But anyway, his piece is in there. We get we get into the green room right about 7:10, 7:15 every morning. And we just do a check and see what's happening and check in with each other. And I'm just happy to say this young man is in here. He's knowledgeable, he's helping out, he's giving suggestions, he's doing a great thing. I just wanted to pause just for a moment to just give him a shout out. I see you, Dr. Antoinette. Good morning to you. She said, okay, gorgeous. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, y'all, today is Monday. It's Monday, February the 27th. We only have one more day of February. It's a short month. It's a short month. And then we go into March. And we also go into Women's History Month for March. As you know, we have been sharing Black businesses free. We gave you this space free. We're going to do the same thing for women for the month of March. So if you have a business, a product, if you're an author, whatever, and you you identify as female, go ahead and send us your graphic. The graphic has to be professionally done. Now, if you want us to do it, there's a charge with that, but it has to be professionally done. There are a lot of people I know who are reaching out to some of the businesses we have shouted out over the past month. So here's a great opportunity for you. And here's the other part of it. It never goes away. It stays on our YouTube, my LinkedIn, and also right here on this Facebook page. And if you play the audio or podcast, you will hear about it there as well. You would send that to News in Motion with Gail, newsinmotionwithgail@gmail.com. And we need just a short paragraph. And some of the women have asked if we shared your business in February, can we share it again in March? Well, yeah, if you identify with female, go ahead and send it to us in March and we can replay that as well. So just excited that all of you are here and keeping up with what we have been doing, y'all. Black History Month. And here's a little bit of Black history because it happened on Saturday. Shout out to our very own Deborah Johnson. She was named the 2023 honoree for the Dublin Women's Philanthropic Club. It was held at Muirfield Country Club. And if you ever watched the Muirfield games in, I think it's the golf in May, sometimes it's in June, depending upon the weather, that's the place. So Deborah, our very own Deborah, was the 2023 honoree for the Dublin's Women Philanthropic Club. Y'all, that's no small feat. First of all, just see the word Dublin. If you know anything about Dublin, Ohio, yeah, there's that. And then number two, philanthropic. That means, yep, there's that too. So shout out to Deborah. We just want to give her big congratulations for a job well done. Now, I was planning on going to the gala, but then I had to, you had to get all real dressed up and like in your formal wear and all that stuff. I said, Deb, look, I'm gonna just cut a check and send some money. How about that? And she said, that's good. So I'm gonna just cut a check and send it there. If anybody wants to support Deborah in this endeavor, you can just reach out to Deborah. She will give you where you can write a check and send it. And say, in honor of your honoree, Deborah Johnson. Deb, can you please put in the chat what the money goes towards? Because I know it goes towards something amazing. So let's just congratulate Deborah today. Also, talking about Black businesses, I'm going to carry her over to Black business as well. Y'all, she is a coach. She is an amazing coach. She's a minister. She's a licensed minister. She's also ordained. And I just want to shout her out for all the work that she's doing. Deb, if you can put your contact information in the chat. And if you're tuning in by podcast or audio, as soon as she puts it in there, I will read that off so everyone can have it. And Deb, you are welcome. I see you, Pastor Alex Williams, coming in here. I see you, Adrian, coming up in here. I see you, Terry Davis. Good morning to you. I see you, Mike Nicholson as well. Lori Wallace, yep, she says, congratulations to Deborah Johnson. You are amazing, such a beautiful spirit. I see you, Tanya, coming up in here. Yes, great job to Deborah. So, Deb, you can let us know how we can reach you for coaching, to become your coaching client. Please put that in the chat so I can share that with everyone. So, y'all, that's our Black history and our Black business today. Also, he is not with us today. All right, y'all, there it is, Deborah Johnson. Here it is, y'all, DJ, the Dream Coach. And Isaiah, if you can grab that, that'll be great. DJ, the Dream Coach at gmail.com. Again, that's DJ. Man, he got that up there quick. Yeah, that's why I just gave him a shout out, right? DJ, the Dream Coach at gmail.com. Reach out to Deborah, y'all. Reach out to her. He's not with us today, but a big shout out to Kenny Stanley as he celebrated his birthday on yesterday. So happy birthday to you. He will be joining us tomorrow. I see Judy Neal coming in here as well this morning. So good morning to you. Y'all, in the news, Mediterranean migrant tragedy, excuse me. At least 59 migrants, including 12 children, died when their boat crashed into rocks on the southern coast of Italy in bad weather. The boat had set sail from Turkey and was carrying at least 150 people. So we want to keep them lifted up, keep those families lifted up. I'm sure that's very difficult. I watched a movie not too long ago, had no idea it was a true movie until I got halfway through it. And the name doesn't come to me right away, but I think I mentioned this before to you all several weeks ago. And they were migrants. They were going over. They were on a boat. The boat started doing some crazy things. The two girls, sisters, were swimmers, and they got them to the other side. So let's just be mindful of that. Also, y'all, we've been having receiving your prayer requests. There was a prayer request that came in I saw this morning. I won't name the person because I don't know if I have permission to do that, but pray for one of our viewers' husband. Just pray for them, their health, and all that they're going through. Make sure you pray for them. BBC News report also talking about Turkey. Turkey's justice minister announced arrest over 600 suspects in relation to the February 6th earthquake disaster. Death toll rises past 50,000, y'all. And so they're arresting them because of the way the buildings were designed. That's my understanding on that. I want, and he didn't want to be on here, but I want to come and bring him in here anyway. Isaiah, come in for a moment. I want us to talk briefly about some of what we're hearing in the news, and then how it relates to the whole Twitter piece. So if you're able to come in, come in. If not, I understand. But if you can come in, Isaiah. Because Isaiah, I'm not for sure if you are aware of this. I was trying to find it. There you are. New York Times is reporting that Twitter cuts more jobs. On Saturday, the CEO, Elon Musk, laid off at least 200 more workers from the company, which was about 10% of the 2,000 employees left at Twitter. When Elon Musk bought the company last fall, there were roughly about 7,500 people working there. So And then the project manager, this is why I want you on here. Esther Crawford was one of those let go. She had been heading up the Twitter Blue verification subscription services. So, even in relation to the presentation you gave us last week, what do you think is happening here from your judgment and from what you've been able to see and research on your own? And where do we go from here? Where do you think we're going to be headed from this?
I can see us heading on a slight decline from this. People get cut from jobs. That happens all the time. Especially if it's a mass amount of people. What they'll usually call that is like a dark Wednesday, dark Monday type of thing. It really depends
Yeah.
on the day of the week that is happening. So when that usually happens is usually comes to budget cuts. You know, companies wanted to do something new, so they had to let go of some people. Where I can see happening with Twitter Blue. Um, I can see what Mike Nicholson said, it being fully automated. Where maybe an AI chooses who can be verified or not. Um, Maybe they still have a human doing the two-factor authorization. Try to say that 5 times fast. Where you have to put in a two-factor verification code. They'll send you some backup codes in case someone tries to take your profile, which I've talked about before. um
Right, right.
so, I can see this going, it can go bad, but it can also, be a blessing in disguise. But then again, we really don't know what Elon must be thinking nowadays. So,
Right, that's true. Yeah, when I saw that, I said, "Oh wow, we got to have Isaiah weigh in on this, and maybe we can get Mike Nicholson in here later this week to even talk about AI." You just brought that up as well. Um, I've been seeing some stuff on AI that's a little troubling. It's like, will AI replace human beings?
yeah.
Especially when it comes to advertisement, marketing, PR, writing. It's like, come on, we even have professors who are now weighing in on that, where students are just letting AI write their essays. And it's like, but we're losing our ability to write and to learn and to bring sentences together and so forth. So, what is, quickly, what's your thought on that as well? And y'all, this is all news that we need to be paying attention to.
AI is definitely taking over, but we shouldn't be too alarmed about it. I know my father had talked about witnessing some AI at like McDonald's. They were doing the whole making the drinks and stuff like that, and sometimes even collecting the food. I know I saw a report that there was like an automated voice at McDonald's through the drive-through. It wasn't a person. It was an actual AI.
Mhm.
Um, so I know about students, having AIs write their reports for school, or like helping them write their report. I won't say they writing the reports for them, but they're kind of guiding them and writing their own reports. But we shouldn't be too concerned with AI. It's still an artificial intelligence. It's
Yeah,
still out there. It's coming in the future, so we can't delay the inevitable.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but we cannot, be too afraid. We should use this. We're stepping into an age and a generation where technology is everywhere. We have technology in our hands 24/7. We have media in our hands 24/7. Every time you
yeah,
hold your phone, you're holding a video camera recorder. I'm getting real retro with it. You have your it can be your video camera recorder, MP3 player, like whatever. Just make it relatable to you. And if you need help with your technology, ask a young person. That's what we're here for.
yeah. And y'all know it. Y'all know it. Kim Edmondson says there are some things AI should handle, but we can never get rid of human. I lost it.
It's human interaction.
And then Doctor, I promoted you to Doctor Alex. Pastor Alex Gwen says AI might be friendlier than the regular McDonald's. Yeah,
That's
yeah. Jeffrey Allen James, I was at a Doctor's West, and they have a robot station where you can get coffee. So a lot of that is happening. So yeah, well, thank you for constantly keeping us up to date on that and weighing in for us. I appreciate that.
no problem.
All right, y'all. If y'all wondering, I want to constantly use this young man and help him develop a platform. So I know he's gifted in that area. So of course I'm going to bring him in to speak to it. Deborah Johnson did give us information on the Dublin Women's Philanthropic Club. It supports scholarships for women and girls, food banks, and scholarship to teachers for school projects. You can donate at dublinwomensclub.org. So thank you. Make sure y'all put in there if you donate. This is in honor of your 2023 honoree, Deborah Johnson. That's Deborah. Tanya is saying that, like Gail said, I agree. In some cases, it takes away our own ability to learn the common sense. So we have that. All right, y'all. Y'all haven't heard me talk about this in a long time, but I'm going to talk about it today. We're going to talk briefly about COVID. Y'all, Wall Street Journal, DNI, which is the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, and the World Health Organization, they are reporting this. The U.S. Department of Energy concluded that most likely origin of the COVID-19 pandemic was an unintentional lab leak in China, according to the sources editing the classified report. The findings reversed the 2021 analysts of the department, but were said to have concluded new intelligence. Specific details were not provided. And speaking of that, the report adds to the uncertainty around the pandemic's origin. There's still some uncertainty. There's still some questions. The recent report was made with low confidence, but agrees that with an earlier FBI report made with medium confidence. However, 4 other U.S. government agencies, as well as the National Intelligence Council, concluded the virus probably spilled over from a natural source. An analysis from the CIA remain undecided. First of all, just pause for a moment, just to get the national intelligence briefings and the CIA briefings. Just brings me a little pause, okay? But I just wanted to share this information with you. On one hand, we get excited because we're now vetted and can give you this information. On the other hand, it's like, I don't know if I really want this. But anyway, an on-ground follow-up probe by the World Health Organization was recently blocked by China. So we still don't have everything we need to know there, but they're still on the ground checking it out. All right, y'all. I don't know about you, but we're having some unusual weather. Just say that with me. The Weather Center, Los Angeles Times, are reporting a reported 85,000 customers in the greater Los Angeles area were without power on Saturday as a rare winter storm battered the region with rain and snow on multiple days. The system triggered the area's first blizzard warning since 1989, y'all, in Southern California. Yeah, y'all, the storm flooded areas near sea level, with downtown Los Angeles seeing the most single-day rain, 2.3 inches in 20 years. Y'all, the snow line from around 3,000 feet to 1,000 feet in elevation. Nearby mountain communities were blanketed with a foot of snow. Excuse me. The Mountain High Resort, about 50 miles from downtown Los Angeles, about 7,000 feet elevation. Y'all, 7 feet total of snow. It's just a crazy. Y'all, in a separate thing, there's like 300,000 customers in Michigan who entered their 4th day without power following a midweek snow ice storm. And that was Detroit Free Press reporting. A lot is happening with weather, y'all. A lot is happening with weather. Just so much. Now, talking about power, who has and who doesn't have it, I want to just shift a little bit and talk about what's happening with the Supreme Court this week. Student loan forgiveness is on the docket, y'all. On Tuesday, that's tomorrow, the Supreme Court will begin hearing oral arguments over President Biden's student loan forgiveness program, which is being challenged by 6 GOP-led states. Y'all, just take a seat. Let the people get their student loan forgiven. We're going to keep talking about your PPP loans that you got. And not only did the Republicans get it, it's starting to come out. There's some Democrats that got PP loans too. Y'all had for as long as y'all can, but now it's all coming out. Deborah says Facebook is only allowing her to see 3 comments on this broadcast. Wow, that's called shadow banning. So let's do this, y'all. Let's just shift this algorithm and let's go ahead and start hitting those icons and share. That should be able to bring Deborah back in, y'all. This is what we're fighting. We are fighting shadow banning. And as you all know, Isaiah has shared with you all that we're fighting it because we're bringing you the truth, and they really want alternative facts, but we're bringing you the truth. So we're going to stay true to who we are, but we're going to need all of our viewers to help us and our listeners on the podcast to help us. Make sure if you're on the podcast, download and subscribe and share. Make sure if you're here, we got to get this out. Get this out. Dr. Antoinette said, what happened with Jenny? Great question. What happened with Jenny? Let us know, Deborah, if it shifted for you at all. So, y'all, yes, the Supreme Court is doing that. A ruling due later this year could have a far-reaching consequences for the president's power to make rules unilaterally. Now, let me just say this about all of that. He's sitting back saying, y'all do what y'all want to because I got plan B in the works. Y'all, we're going to get this. But it comes back again to voting. So hold on. I got to keep going. The Republican National Committee is going to now require, get this, y'all, presidential candidate debate participants to sign a pledge of loyalty to party's eventual nominee. So they got to sign a pledge of loyalty. Well, what exactly does that mean to sign a pledge of loyalty? Which means whether you like them or not, you're going to back them up. You're going to speak highly. Just think about Lindsey Graham with the former guy. Okay. Remember, Lindsey Graham was like, he's just nuts. He's just this. And then all of a sudden, Lindsey Graham is like, oh, he's the best thing out here. That's what they're having to do. They're going to sign a pledge of loyalty. Okay, so let's talk about this, y'all. Their first debate will be held in August in Wisconsin. We're going into March. I know, I gave y'all a break as long as I could. I gave you a break, but we have to start being strategic now. So part of what you're going to see with Women's History Month from NewsInMotion, you're going to see a campaign of voting. A campaign of education. Y'all, the GOP will begin their debates, their debates in August in Wisconsin of 2023. Yeah, you heard that right. So we need to start formalizing, okay, how are we going? What's our action? What's our call to action? So I will be putting together a call of action. Again, if you go to the free e-newsletter and sign up at www.gaildudley.com, you're going to be beginning to get this type of information on that e-newsletter. Also, if you get the e-newsletter today, there's a survey. I need all of you who received the email to please complete that survey. The survey is less than 60 seconds. And your name, if you complete it, your name will be entered into a drawing for a $25 Visa gift card. Because we're going to make some changes to the e-newsletter. We want to make sure the information we are getting you, we fill that up with all types of content. And we hear that it's overwhelming for some people. So we're considering breaking it up to a couple of times a week. But the information is there. And we all know that once you click out, more often you do not click back in. If you don't click back in, you're missing some valuable information. So please complete the survey. The survey will close on Friday of this week, March the 3rd, and we will announce the winner on Monday. So make sure you do that. Again, you have a few more minutes to be able to sign up for that e-newsletter because it drops at 8 a.m. this morning, Eastern time. That's gaildudley.com. Just subscribe. It takes you less than 10 seconds to subscribe. But y'all, we need to really formalize what it's going to look like for this political landscape. So going back to the student loan forgiveness, whether you agree or disagree, it all comes down to our vote. Our vote. When we vote someone in office, these are the things they can or cannot do. And now with what we see in the gridlock of Congress, a lot of things aren't going past. They're only focusing on one thing, Hunter Biden's laptop, the impeachments of several people. That's their focus. And they have the small majority, the slim majority to do that. We have to understand how we're impacted by their vote and by based upon the people we put in office. We need to get back to focusing on the constituents and not having this divided party line. We need to get back to nonpartisan policies and standards that's going forth. And that's my thing. And that's what I'm putting out there. And that's the truth. Now, I know you're sick of it, but we cannot be sick of it. Come on, look at what's happening. Look at what is happening. It comes down to our votes. The Washington Post, Dilbert dropped by major newspapers. The workplace satire comic strip was pulled from the Washington Post, USA Today, and other major newspapers after creator Scott Adams made racist comments last week. On his YouTube live stream, Scott Adams said that white people should get the hell away from Black Americans, whom he called a hate group. I said what I said, and those are his direct quotes. And you can go Google it for yourself to see it for yourself, okay? So, with that, when asked by the Washington Post how many newspaper he expect will carry his comic, Scott Adams replied, by Monday, around zero. But now he goes on and defends his comments. The newspaper announced that they were pulling the comic strips. Scott Adams continued to defend his remarks, noting on Twitter, and yes, it's on Twitter, that he was being canceled. So there's that. All of this is happening, y'all. We already talked about New York Times. Now, here's something I'm having some trouble with, but I'm going to do it here because I have a show too. I find it interesting that we went from the NAACP Awards, Image Awards, straight to the SAG Awards, and not many people are even talking about the NAACP Awards except for people that looks like me. So CNN did do a good job in putting it out there as well. But Entertainer of the Year goes to Angela Bassett. Outstanding Motion Picture, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Outstanding Actor in Motion Picture, Will Smith, Emancipation. Outstanding Actress in Motion Picture, Viola Davis, The Woman King. Outstanding Comedy Series, Abbott Elementary, which is absolutely hilarious. If you have not watched it, go to Hulu and watch all of them from the beginning to where they are now. Attorney Benjamin Crump tore the house down with his speech. I was like, say it, brother, say it, brother. I want everybody to hear it. I was like, can everybody just pause and tune into what he had to say? Because he had a lot to say. And then also congratulations to all the winners and to everyone who is doing what they love as Black and brown actors and people and receiving these NAACP awards. So congratulations to everyone. But y'all, we have to do our part. Keep watching the shows. If you're on Netflix, the Woman King is out there. Watch it. Even if you've seen it 1,000 times, just turn it on, let it play to the end to get those numbers out there. Y'all, we're going to have to stand up for our own people. Hello, somebody. All right, with that, I want to talk about the inspirational message, and then we're out of here until tomorrow. I want to say, fix me. Fix me. That's the inspirational message today. Fix me. Why am I saying that? You know, so often when we go into a place of prayer, we are blaming or pointing the fingers at other people. We want to say, look at them. It's their fault. Look what they're doing. They're cutting me out. They're blocking me. They're not inviting me. This, that, and the other. No, ask God to fix you. Just say, Lord, fix me. Just fix me. I fix my eyes so I'm not seeing what everybody else is doing and being distracted. Fix my mouth so I'm not speaking ill or negativity towards other people. Fix my ears so I'm hearing the truth and not this perceived truth or this made up truth or this alternate truth that's not even true. Fix me. Fix me so that my heart is right. Fix me so that I'm living the life that you would have me to live. Let me focus on me and what I'm doing and not what the naysayers may be saying. Because here's the truth, if we start fixing ourselves, we don't even have to worry about the naysayers. We won't even think about the naysayers. Not at all. Mike Nicholson saying, "Oh, this is on time, Gail Dudley. Listen, fix me. Fix me." Um, Talking about cancel culture, there's this book that I share with all of you from John Piper. What's the name of the book? Can't even think of the name of the book. Hunger for God, fasting, from John Piper. And then I learned over the weekend some of the stuff he is caught up in. And I'm thinking, but this book is amazing. But it changed the way I'm now looking at this book after hearing all of this stuff and reading all this stuff about this man. So I had to pause and say, this book is the bomb. So how do I finagle and get through reading this book, which would be my third time reading it? But you know how when you keep reading something, there's a difference how you feel depending upon your maturity level when you read it again. Well, he's a part of all kinds of scandals, really degrading women in ministry, just all kinds of stuff. So I'm like, I can't read this anymore. How do I do that? So I've been struggling with God, fix me so that I can still get the words you want me to have with the understanding that I don't want to get it from this person and why that is. Lori says, if you fix yourself, you don't even have time to worry about anyone else. The negativity slows you down, not anyone else. You're absolutely correct. So, y'all, we got to get into this place in our lives. And I'm almost done, people. We have to get into this place in our lives. What are you not doing because you're focused on somebody else? You're focused on what they're saying about what you're doing. You're focused on how you're moving forward. And I'm a pretty strong person, okay? And in the e-newsletter, there's a note from me. There's a note from me. We've gotten some ugly emails. And I had to address it today because some of the team read some of these emails. And my thing is, if we feel threatened, we got to deal with it. And so I had to deal with it. And even in dealing with it, I struggled with it because I didn't want to give them any space at all. I wanted to give, but I had a responsibility to deal with it. And so I said, even with that, God, fix me so that I'm not holding a grudge against other people. Fix me so that I'm not starting to think, oh, should I say this? Should I say that? Because I really believe the script that I write for NewsInMotion and what I do with Politics and Prose is all directives and from my strategy of my time being spent with God. And we all have to stop looking at other people and receiving all the stuff from other people as they project it onto us that has no space in your life. So it's now time in this Lent season to shut it all down. But when you shut it down, it comes back to you being fixed. It's like people may have their opinions, but okay, so what? That's your opinion. If that's what you think, then you go do that for you. But it's interesting that we want to project stuff onto other people. And I think all of us are guilty in some way, shape, or form. Good morning, George English, to you too. Mike Nicholson says, Gail was listening to my phone call from yesterday. Well, no, I wasn't. But you know what? That's called confirmation, which I know you already know. So y'all, today, throughout this week, when you want to get into the conversations of other people or what they're doing or what they're not doing, turn that back to yourself and say, no, I don't want to do that. God, fix me. What's the root of this within me that's making me feel that I need to speak into something somebody else is doing? Or feeling a certain way that you haven't been invited to something, or feeling a certain way because your suggestion hasn't been included. Fix me. Yeah, a great book, before I get out of here, a great book, T.D. Jakes, Crushing. This is an old one, but it's a great book. God turns pressure into power. So when we're talking about fixing ourselves, God turns pressure into power. This book is outstanding. Real quick, Crushing Places reveal that there is more to our lives than we had planned. The truly invaluable, marvelous, and internal aspect of our identity and ultimate destiny are displayed to us there. It is in the midst of painful crushing. Y'all, when you ask God to fix you, it's going to be very painful. In the midst of painful crushing that we realize that the blessings found in the production of fruit in our lives was never the master's end goal. Our latest crop of fruit was merely part of an ongoing greater process. Let me keep reading this. That's what this book is about, your transformation. Could the worst moments of your life actually become turning points of triumph for God, the master vineyard, as he uses your life's deepest heartaches and your most devastating disappointments for your good and his glory? What if you could see your life as God sees it? What if your best moments are waiting ahead? This is this book. So today, this week, fix me. All right, y'all know what I say. Everyone stay well. And remember, make some bold moves. We're out. And for some reason, we can't seem to get out of here. But it seems like it's going, I don't know, it's doing a couple of things here. So let's see if I can do it on my end. We don't know what's happening, so we're being shadow banned and everything else. So we are out.